Right, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be backtesting March, so following on from last week's video, which was backtesting the whole of February. We're going to be doing March now. I'm going to try and get through it all. So this is now the 1st of March at 9:30. We're going to carry on the same way as we did last time. The only difference is I'm not actually live in Discord doing this. I'm just doing this now because I feel like it. But when this gets posted on Wednesday, it will be the second episode. So we'll carry on to after March. We will carry on and do April, right? Okay, so let's get into it. So we're gonna go. I've got music playing, so I don't want to get copyrighted. I don't even know if you can get copyrighted, but hey ho. So what am I checking for? I'm just gonna talk you through my thought process and what I want to see price do. And there's a fine line, right, between forcing your opinion on price and reacting to what price is doing. So you can see we're at 9:30 here. So we're going to let 5-minute candle print. That was very slow. Right, this is the first 5-minute candle. So what do we see? What catches my eye here? We've got no SMT at previous day high, really. Actually, we do have this. This is the first thing that catches my eye. We're inside of a daily fair value gap, right, with this SMT up here, right? So we've got SMT inside of a daily key level, as you can see, right, just like that. So you've got internal to where? To external, right? So we drop down to the 4 hour. What does the 4 hour tell us? We want to see if the 4 hour supports this move lower. And as at the moment, it looks like we're still going higher to these relative equal highs. You can see here, right? This looks like a market maker buy model. Let's see what the weekly ended up doing. So the weekly actually swept this external low, and now it looks like we could be in a market maker buy model, as you can see here, right? Respecting bullish PD arrays. So judging by where we are on the daily, right, and where the 4 hour is located, I'm not yet convinced to go bullish, okay, until I get some clear displacement down lower, which we haven't had yet. So what am I looking at now then? I'm looking at the bigger picture now. I'm looking at, have we got any SMT down these correlated lows? No. Like what is price doing? Where is price heading for? Like, it's one of them kind of things where this is where you need to be a bit more careful with what price is doing. So I'm gonna stick with a short bias, but I want to see at least some displacement down. Maybe we create SMT at the previous 4 hour high, and then we come down. But I need a move lower. Like right now we're retracing into this 1 hour. Obviously we need to look for SMT, right? So we do have SMT. So let's let the next 5-minute candle print. Right, so this is more noticeable now. I do not like these relative equal highs up here. I'm not going to lie to you. So this would become our SMT right inside of key level. I don't trust this yet. I need the candle closure below this down close here. Below this up close there. So we have another sweep of the high. So now we've got second stage SMT. Just like this. Right, you see how ES failed to sweep that high? That is very good. This is now 10 a.m. And what does 10 a.m. do? Let's look at the 4 hour on 10 a.m. We should be going lower. Maybe down to external to internal down here. Obviously 1 hour fair value gap, SMT at the highs. Second stage SMT. So yeah, I mean, I think also this is a 1 hour PSP as well to the downside. So let's see if we can catch anything here. The first thing that catches my eyes are this at the moment, and this now has become a protected high. So you shouldn't see price come above this, and then we just target 2R. I'm going to go in at half risk here because I'm not too fond of this. I believe last time we were risking so my entry had already happened, so I missed it. So I'm just going to go for, I think we must have been risking what, 1% last time. So and then we want to let's see what we get. Alright, where's the 15 minute? So I want to see a 15-minute candle closure closing off this fair value gap. That's not what you want to see. So now you can see that NQ is now going higher while ES is failing to. So let's see, this may just rip. Oh, we're finding some support. And as you can see here, we see more SMT getting put in, right? You see how NQ failed to sweep. NQ swept those highs while ES failed. So let's see if we respect that. If we don't respect that, I'm going to look at reevaluating my position. Right, so there's our move lower. So let's wait for 15-minute candle closure. Nice. So now I'm going break even. Alright, we're break even now. And I'm just basically trying to look to see where I can target, where I can leave runners to. So the most noticeable thing is this 4-hour internal range. Let's see how we get on when we take 2R, and then we can go from there. Right, so there's 2R, right? So now, considering we are in a, what's the time, 11:37, still no lunchtime. So considering we're in a 5 contract position, right? Not only would I move my stop, can I move my stop down here? I'd move my stop to this high. This is now a projected high, stops and profits, sweet. But also I would want to take 3 contracts off, right? So now it's a risk-free trade. I've already got my profit. And what do I want to do now? I want to hold until previous day low. It's really that simple. I want to see if we can actually get to previous day low. Actually, do I want to hold that long? You know what? I'll probably just go like that, just to play it safe, because I don't know where else price might want to go. It does have these. You can maybe take 1 contract off once we take these lows here, and then just leave a runner. Let's see what we do. So we take that. I'm going to give that a go. So we're going to take 1 contract off now, and then now it will just be a risk-free trade. See if we get down to those relative equal lows down here. So let's see what we do. Is there a way to do this quicker? So you just want to be mindful of the time aspect here. Oh shit, I've gone too far. 4 p.m. So I'd have to close out here. So this is what I like to do when I've got when I've got a clear draw. So obviously we were playing a 4-hour external to internal play. So that's what I like to do when we've got a clear draw. I didn't even have music playing. But that was pretty good though, considering it was the 1st of March. Let's see what price is telling us now. So you can see how price has found some support inside of this daily fair value gap. Right. And we've got the SMT like this. So in theory now, we should have a market maker sell model to the downside. So that's what I'm going to be looking for now. Obviously we want to go internal to external. 4 hours to 4 hours same. Yeah, 4 hours getting in line now. 4 hours getting in line, which is good. So we want to see this as our protected high. You don't want to see that high get round. Relative equal lows down here. Just like this. Alright. Got a 4-hour fair value gap on YM. As you can see, there's our relative equal lows. One of them from Asia. What's that? London. So we have a London relative equal low draw now. So this is what I'm on about, where you say this is our 1-hour market maker sell model now. You see, so this would have been my swing entry here. See, we respect it at 10 a.m. yesterday, and you want to start seeing bearish PDRAs like being respected, and then bullish ones being disrespected. So what I'd like to see now, if we could get some manipulation up, maybe sweep some of these relative equal highs on the Dow. That's not the kind of move I want to get. Is there SMT at the highs? There is a 1-hour SMT, just like this. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of it. You can technically, it's using the inverse fair value gap as a POI. So your entry would have been here. You might have to take a break block. Let's see. I'm not a huge fan of using inverse fair value gaps, and that's why. So are we getting a manipulation move up? That's what you need to ask yourself first. And what are we getting? So let's let the next 5 minute candle print, see what we end up doing. So now my eyes are drawn to this high here, right? We've got SMT. So now we've had the 10 a.m. candle closure. I just like 10 a.m. confirms a lot for me, especially the candle closures. So now we've got this SMT, and you always want to go back and look at how the 4-hour candle closed. That was a very bullish 4-hour candle closure. So we need to be careful here. Don't want price to carry on going up, which I have a fear it might, because we are still technically respecting this. It's been invalidated, but it's still not showing signs that we want to go lower. So I'm just paying attention to this 940 candle now. Right, so what do we get? We get SMT at the highs, right? We've got relative equal lows down here. What does the 4 hours say? So we've got more SMT like this. Just like this. Alright, see how the Dow swept that high and NQ and ES failed too. So you could take a 4 hour. I still want to keep it a 5 minute. I like this. Let me get rid of that. The only thing I don't like is this. These look like relative equal highs. But there is SMT there, I think. Yeah, with the Dow. So I'm a bit more confident in this. Right, and where are we going to put our stop loss? I like this. We swept out these relative equal highs. I'm thinking something like that. And I know you could all probably say, why aren't you taking NQ? I just like how ES is a sharper move down. Obviously, here will be my break even if we get down there. I'll go 1% risk on this. We need to wait for a limit entry. Just like this. Like that. That's our limit there. What does the 15 minute look like? It's also a 15 minute OB if next 5 minute candle. Right, so now it's a 15 minute order block. I just want to be careful when we take the correlated lows. And there's a huge rip up. And that's okay. So we go to the next session. So price just literally didn't want to go down. And that's okay. You can't get it right every day. So what do we have now? So what, we're 1 and 2, 1 win, 1 loss in the week, I believe. We're still trading into this internal range liquidity pool. I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit conflicted here for me because we're inside of this daily internal, but I just can't. Sure, I'm gonna let another day print, and now we get to move lower. So we sweep this external and we get to move lower. So naturally, where's my draw? This is looking more obvious to me now. Price could probably still won't do what I want it to though. So what is this? Friday? Yeah, Friday. So we're already inside of this 1 hour. Let's see if we just sell off. I'd like to see him move up again. You got NQ maybe wanting to come up a bit. Maybe not. There's no S&T for me to be interested in. If we just sell off, I won't be able to do anything. That's a bit better. If we can get a sweep of the highs. It looks like chop. That's what I think it looks like. Like, there's no POI in here either. Like, even though we've got the SMT at the highs, there's no, I want an external high swept. Like, there's nothing that interests me, even if we do go down lower. So what, that would have been here. Let's go and have a look what we did get. So if price was like this, I assume. We do get an OB here, to be fair. I just don't like it when we don't sweep a external high. So now this is lunch, so we skip to the next day. We take our draw. Alright, as you can see. So what do we see now? To me, these look like folio swings down here. So even though we do have I think we do have SMT, right? Even though we do have SMT, I still want lower. I just feel like this is a retracement to still carry on going lower. Dow's taking out that flat body. Ooh, hello. Right, let's let a couple candles print. To me, it looks like we've just come back up into this new week opening gap. That's all we've done, and that's completely to be expected. But now we've got SMT inside of a new week opening gap. So I'm just going to pay attention to here. Right, we do not want this to leave the train without me. Let's mark it on all assets in case we have to take a Dow kind of play. Right, how am I going to get an entry on this? We've just sold off. There was a breaker there, but I don't know why this skipped so fast. This was a breaker. Let's wait. Let's see how the next 5-minute candle closes. I'm currently watching this. And then you just put your stop at the high. I'd probably go like that. And then you target 2. I want to see if we give an entry back here. And I'll decide if I like it or not. Oh, I do like the Dow. I really like the Dow here. This is now tapping into a breaker. I may take this, actually. I'll take the Dow at half risk. It would already be a market entry. And I'm still going to carry on watching, see if NQ comes back. So what do you see here? I see that price have we set that SMT high? We do have SMT there. Yeah, I'm reducing my risk to this high. It's just like this. Is there a way to skip this? Pow pow. So that was off of a breaker because I saw that NQ wasn't going to give me entry. I think ES did it also give the breaker, right? Yeah, ES did give the breaker as well. I was more focused on NQ. I just liked the NQ framework, but that wouldn't even give them a breaker either. So next day, seems that I'm taking all my losses at 1% and then all my wins at 0.5%. Oh god. I just wanted to, because my idea was for Dow was that I was going to take it half risk on Dow and half risk on NQ. Alright, pretty clear what my bias is. Short. Mark out this low on all correlated assets. Just like this, right? 4 hour, we are retracing into a 4-hour bearish fair value gap. I'm surprised I don't have any SMT. So we've got to get through this 1 hour busy at the moment. So let's see. I want to see manipulation up, and then we go lower. Don't want to see us just go just rip like that. That is not what I want to see. Let's wait. Right, it's just 10 a.m. Do we create any SMT that I can utilize, please? We came so close to sweeping that on the Dow. So I have to wait. I can't do anything. I need a POI and I need SMT. Probably the worst delivery I've ever seen. And that's what happens when there's no SMT. That is criminal, actually. That is actually disgusting. Right, so no trade. It looks to me now like we're just retracing. Has any of these gaps taken this previous day high? No. So let's see. Previous day high in the daily fair value gap of my draw. I want longs until then. So I want manipulation lower to then go higher. Don't want it to just rip right away. I might order a Nando's actually. So, what am I seeing at the moment? I'll do it in a minute. Currently by me it's like 11:41. So New York Open doesn't start for me until 2:30. So we've got no SMT there. Let's see if we come back down to this 4 hour fair value gap on any of the assets, if that's possible. I don't want to just take previous day high without me. Right, that would be previous day high, right? Yeah, so now we've reached our target, no trade. Go to the next day. And that's the kind of move. That's why I wanted longs, because it looked to me like, judging by the daily candle closure, how we were drawing to that fair value gap and previous day high. But all assets have taken previous day high. There's no SMT. It's not the cleanest short move, but I still want it. This could equally still just be a retracement into a 4 hour fair value gap. But I can't deny what price is doing. So let's see at 10 a.m. we might leave a 4 hour fair value gap, come back up into that. So as always, because I want shorts, I want manipulation higher to then go lower. This is too old. There you go. Now my only concern is, do we want to reach into this 4 hour fair value gap? So let's see what price does. We've obviously got like 1 hour fair value gaps here and whatnot, and we've also got SMT. I just don't like how clean this is. Like, this to me looks like it could be a retracement to then carry on expanding higher. Did we retrace into that 4 hour? Oh god, I missed it. Oh no, I didn't mean to miss that. So you see how we got SMT now? Goes to 15 minute. What does the 15 minute tell us? Okay, I didn't miss the move. Sweet. So I'm watching this. This is an order block, but even better, the Dow has got a fair value gap and an order block. So let's let the next 5 minute candle print. We candle close over it, below it. I want to wait for what looks better structure wise. I'm gonna wait for the Dow. I really like the Dow here. I feel like the Dow is a bit weaker, as soon as it's failed to take that high, and ES did. But you could equally take ES now. I just want to see the Dow. So Dow still failed to close off that order block, but Dow did close off this fair value gap, this bearish fair value gap. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that, I'm not going to lie. Well, have we still got previous day low open? We do have previous day low. 4 hour, external, meh. Relatively cool lows. I would take this. I want to go half risk because it's getting quite late into the session and it's a 15 minute time frame. I need to wait for a limit. Right, so now it's outside of my kill zone. So this is now lunchtime. So let's make a note. I just want to also mark out this ES position that I would have taken if I wasn't waiting for Dow. So where's 2R? 2R's like this. So I'm not taking anything now because it's lunchtime. So let's see how it plays out. You see what I'm saying? There's a reason that risk management's a thing. So I don't break my rules. And that's what also, ever since the last backtest, everyone's been asking me how is my win rate so good, even though they trade the same way, right? But you need to understand, I set so much daily limitations on myself. 1 trade a day, okay? I'll do what? 2 to 3 wins a week, and I'm done. New York AM only, NQES and YM only. It's really that, it really can be that simple. But like, there is no need to overcomplicate it at all. Like, less will always be more, as I keep saying. So, what do we have here? Looks like we are still battling this fair value gap here. This is another one of those days where I want lower, but it's just not blatantly obvious to me. So I'm going to see what the 4 hours telling me. If we've got a 4 hour internal to external going on, I may be a bit more keen. But I think we've got SMT here, right? Yeah, we do. Just like this. Right? 4 hour. It just could be a 4 hour external to internal. But you can see how we respected that 4 hour fair value gap yesterday. This is that 5 minute candle print. Right, that's quite a good sell off, to be fair. This is going to be a bit difficult though to find an entry. I just don't like shorting into a 1 hour fair value gap. I do like this, I'm not going to lie. It looks like we want these lows, especially on the Dow. Because my plan is a 4 hour external. Let's let this candle print. Right, so this is a 4 hour external with SMT. Is it here? No, it's here. Just like that. That's the SMT. Obviously, external to where? To internal. So going back into the range. And you see which asset's the weakest, right? This is horrible. Look at that. I don't trust this. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know where you put your stop. Holy swing position. I'm gonna leave that there just in case, because that is a position I just don't know how you could get in this order block. So what do I see? I want to see if we can candle close below this down close. I'll go like this and target the relatively cool lows. If we can get the candle closure on the 15. Right, this needs to calm down. Right, so we get the candle closure. I'm going to go stop this at the high. We're going to set a limit at 1%. We're probably going to lose this. Whenever we set a limit at 1%. The only thing I am concerned about is that all the SMT that we've already formed at the lows. But let's see if we get an entry. Right, so what's happened here? SMT, we've got huge amounts of SMT. I want to protect some risk here, I'm not going to lie. Stop loss to the low. Was I already going for more than 2R? Let's see what we end up doing. Right, this is 3 PM. I just want to see what my actual position, like where 2R was. Because we're getting quite close. Because I don't think we're going to be able to make it to... I'm going to break even now, by the way. I don't think we're going to be able to make it to 4:30. Like, I don't think we're going to be able to make it to TP by 4:30. Oh, maybe we did. So that's another win. So that was off of the order block. You see we have a short-term high swept here. And this became our down close candle. So it's pretty blatantly obvious where I want price to go now. So we're currently halfway through the month. I'm not gonna lie, I really thought I was gonna lose just because whenever I risk 1%, we lose. I like this flat body low on NQ. So you'd still be in this swing position on ES, by the way, if you traded Forex. I'm gonna leave that up just to see what happens. 4 hour internal to external. Dow is the stronger one. So we've already had a 1 hour fair value gap tag. I assume the entry's gonna have gone already. Man, the entry's still there. I just don't trust the first 5 minutes, and you can see why. Holy crap. Yeah, honestly, I would rather see another move up, if I'm being honest. What the? So, as you can see, what do we get? We get the NQ going into that fair value gap, while ES is still failing to sweep it. The only concern I've got here is obviously we've completed the internal to external, so I want to be mindful of these lows down here. Right, fair value gap, inverse fair value gap there. That's the low risk. I'm going to wait for the order block. So there's your inverse. And we'd have ripped right higher. Disappear somewhere. Did we take that high? We did take that high. It's just basically, that's all I'm doing is I'm trying to find where price is reacting from certain levels, right? Like, it's not exactly rocket science to how I trade, but it works. My only worry is, and it's also context, right? Like, what is this? We've got a new week opening gap here. Yeah, we've got a new week opening gap that price is still respecting. Do we have any framework for longs? Oh, we do have SMT at the lows. I'm kind of liking the longs. Like, maybe at half risk because it's a bit counter bias. Even though there is previous day low SMT, as you can see here, like this. I just like how we're respecting this new week opening gap. Obviously, we've already given that entry 4 hour. Could maybe take it off this inverse. This is a lot more risky entry though. So this is going to be a type of entry I'm going to do it because this is not how I'd like to normally take a trade. I would normally be in somewhere else. What does the 4 hour tell us? 10 a.m. candle to close, 4 hour open low, high close, 4 hour into, yeah, I reckon we could get higher. You could either go for NQ, to be fair. I'm going to go like that. So like I said, I'm going to take this at 0. Can I even take it at low risk? I want to take it at 0 at 250 risk because I do not trust this setup. Because this is more like chasing price, which I'm not a huge fan of. So let's see what we get. Yeah, makes complete sense. So what you could note here is once YM took this high, you could have gone break even, which is really interesting. But hey ho, that was chasing price, and that's what happens when you chase price. Looks a bit choppy now, this, I'm not going to lie. Right, first thing that stands out to you, SMT. Right, very first thing that shouts to me. And you can see how the Dow fell to the low. But to me, this also looks like we could be looking to go down to these red to equal lows on the Dow. So I reckon higher until the previous day high. I'm still overall bearish. Oh, I don't like this. We need to manipulate it down. So obviously we're coming to this breaker block here. Not a valid POI for me. Right, so what does the Dow do? This is why I watch the Dow. Dow comes into this level. We've got internal to where? To external, right? So what does the Dow give me here? This is where you need to be paying attention. So you could either take a long off this here, right, and target just this high. That would be 4R. Like this would be your order block, right? Or if you want to be more conservative, right, you could wait for this. You could wait for even that candle closure there, or you can wait for the breaker block, which would be, I would view it as this. This would be the breaker block. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set another 250 risk trade at this limit, right? And then I'll add if we get to the breaker block. So we get to the breaker block, obviously don't manage to get in that. So now I'm going to go like this, stop loss like that. Right. So now this can become, I would do it half risk just because we are, overall I'm still bearish. Have we taken those highs on the correlated assets? We have. Yeah, I'm reducing my risk to this fair value gap. Right, so we've taken these correlated highs. That's why I reduced my risk. Where is price going? So you just want to be mindful once we take these correlated highs. So as you can see, we've taken those correlated highs here. So this is now a risk-free trade. So we'll just let it go. And we get TP. Oh, hello. So that's another TP. That was just reacting to what price was doing, right? Even though we had these relative equal lows and overall I'm still bearish. That's literally just reacting to what I'm seeing, right? And what the structure is doing. So we did have the SMT down at the lows, and I saw that previous day high looked like a draw. Still got this SMT holding. Obviously got this SMT at the high now, which can cause a bit of chop when you've got SMT like that on both sides of the range. What does the weekly tell me? Swept weekly previous day low. Looks like we could be returning back up to this into this weekly internal. Sorry. Yeah, we need to see some manipulation down if we do. If longs are the play, we need to see a move down lower to then go higher. So 930 should be the manipulation. And it's not, and that's what worries me. If there's no manipulation, I can't do anything. I have to wait until 10. And as you can see, we've had no POI tag, really, have we? Or have I been talking too much? No, we haven't, sweet. So, we'll keep going. Basically looking for one of these 1 hour fair value gaps to get tagged. Oh my god, this is the 4 hour. Oh no, there was one. Right, that is my fault. That is my fault. Was that S&T? Oh my god, there was. I was too busy jamming in my ear. Was that? Hold on. Maybe there wasn't actually. There was here though. I know there was. There was like this. Wait. Oh no, there wasn't. Sweet. There was just a 1 hour fair value gap. God damn, that was scary. Right, next day. Right, so what do we have here? Also, anyone that's made it this far, we're what? How long are we into recording? We're 40 minutes into recording. If you've made it this far, then what will I do? you need to make sure that you're paying attention to what I'm doing on socials, especially Instagram. It's the same as my YouTube handle. Find it my YouTube link in the bio. But I'm going to be running another flash little quick giveaway for an Apex account because they've got new plans. So if you use code LukeTrades, as you can see on the top of the screen, you can get it 90% off and you can try their new plans. So yeah. Right, so what do I want here? That was a bit of a shameless plug, right? I'm a bit mindful here. We've had 2 days of straight expansion. I still want higher. Judging by what we're doing on the daily time frame, the 4 hours should be in line. Till here. No SMT approves day. Yeah, we just need a retracement. We have located ourselves inside this 4 hour fair value gap. No SMT. Right, there is our manipulation down. I do not like the structure of this trade. I'm not going to lie. But you do have the relative equal highs, you know. Can't be greedy. I like the relative equal highs. From London again. Let's say that's a bit of a hard candle to get in on. Came back at 9:35. This is going to be an absolute nightmare to get involved on, and I can already feel it. Let's let another 5-minute candle print. 15-minute candle now. I just have a feeling this is going to be a pain to get on the side with. What do I see here? Breaker block? I just wanted a 5-minute entry because the R would be better. I don't like these wicks, I'm not going to lie. I mean, that breaker block looks better. But even then, let me see what the next 5-minute candle does. Oh my god, man. Why didn't I take that? I just don't like these wicks. I don't trust this move. I'm going to sit on the 15. Wait for the 15-minute candle closure. Oh my god. I may have fumbled the bag on that one. But it looks like we're going to take these relative equal highs. I don't even think there's any way I can get in, is there? Have we got any inverse fair value gaps I can use to get in? I'm currently paying attention to this. Let's see if we get a 5-minute candle closure above that. We do. I would take this a bit. I would take this light. Stop loss at the low. Go like that. Yeah, I would take this like that. Do we have any SMT down here? That should be. I don't have a lot of faith in this, I'm not gonna lie. Let's see, once we take that correlated high. Alright, yeah, I'm going break even. I don't trust this position, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, let's let it do its thing. Pow. Nice. I just didn't trust that because it was more like you're chasing price rather than letting price come to you. But like the entry function is still valid. The SMT at the lows are still valid. I just, I was a bit, yeah. Hence why I took it less risk. There's no need to take every position full risk because you might not have 100% conviction every single trade you're taking. Right, now this is where I need to be cautious because this is where a new phase of price could come in. 3 days of expansion, right? We've got previous day high is the clear draw. So this is where I need to be careful because we might want to come a bit further back into the range. Do we have SMT here? We do have SMT as well already. We need to move lower. Can't just keep pumping. I can't just, even though we've got the SMT, what it depends what the 15 minutes saying. So obviously this would be our position. See, I just don't like how it's so far behind. Like, even though we had a breaker block here. I'm not going to chase it. I'm going to let another 5 minutes. Let me wait until 10 a.m. Right, so there's not going to be any POI on that. I want to play. I kind of want to play the Dow move here. Dow to play catch up. Just depends if we get an entry. If Dow just pops, there's not a lot I can do. And we've just popped. Let's watch that inverse. I don't mind that, and we've still got this draw up here. This might be another one of those light risk trades. You've got SMT at the lows as well. What did I take the last light risk? I think I'm just talking to myself. Yeah, that was stop loss. Did we hit too high if I put my stop there? Let me see that. Oh my god, man. That's rough. Right, we'll go to the next day. That is rough. How are we doing this month so far? I don't even know how many. I don't even know how many wins and trades we've taken. Should we have a look? So our win rate at the moment is around 62%. We're around I think we're on the 21st of March. We've only taken 3 losses, to be fair, which isn't bad at all. So we're gonna keep going. If we can get that up to, how many trades did I say we were on either? That's what I want to be mindful of. We're on 8 trades. We've taken quite a lot of trades, which is a lot more than my normal amount I would take. So I'm going to start waiting for a bit more A+ ones instead of going for like that last one I took, and the one before that was like, it was alright. It just was, it wasn't A+. That's hence why I reduced the risk, but I couldn't remember how much I risked on the other trade like that. Right, let's get rid of all these drawings. We're just basically, I guarantee what we're going to do now, we're just retracing into the range to then take out these relatively cool lows down here and just get all the buyers trapped. Get all the buyers trapped. That's what I reckon we're doing. I still want higher. Just want to be a bit cautious here. Let's see if we come back and create some fresh SMT. We can't just keep pumping every session, surely. definition of a 4-hour open, high, low, close. SMT at highs. Yeah, this is, you need to be a bit careful in conditions like this. Let's see if we come down to this 4-hour fair value gap. We get that 4-hour fair value gap attack. As long as we hold this SMT, we should go higher. If not, we will either come to 50% of that 4-hour or this 4-hour below in discount. Let's see what we get. You'd obviously want to see, I would like to see this 15-minute candle closing and we get a fair value gap there and we can inverse it. Obviously, we're still holding the SMT, okay? I'm paying attention to this 10 AM candle, if we can close over it. Well, I don't mind that, I'm not going to lie. I just don't want it to leave without me. That's what I would look to do. If it takes that high, then I'll have to cancel. It's already a bit late. I'm now paying attention to this instead. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna delete limits on this and see if we get an entry on this. It's 11:15. Take it. Reduce risk. Did any of the? We need to wait. I want to see if price takes out any of these highs on any of the correlated assets. Holy, that was huge. Was there news that day? What day is that? Let me just check if there's news, because I wouldn't be in a trade if there's news. What day was that? 21st at 12:30. Oh yeah, hell no. I wouldn't even take that. So we had, let me see if you can see this. This is Forex Factory. It says, this is the date, right? 21st of March 2022. Fed Chow Powell speaks at 12:30 p.m. Yeah, what's it called? Like, I wouldn't even take that. Like, I would actually, what I would do is I would take it, but I would go break even, because that is not, I wouldn't want to stay in a trade while he's talking. So I'm going to do exactly how I would manage it. I'm not going to take any partials, because I probably wouldn't, right? And I'm just going to go break even, because I know this is 12:30 now. So this is when he's speaking, right? So obviously you'd go break even, because you don't want to be in a trade while he's talking. That's ridiculous. So I don't care what any of you say. I'm just going to trade it how I would do it live. But yeah. What do we have? I need to keep checking the news. I keep forgetting, actually. I've got it on my monitor here. That's all I can see normally. But the monitor's just shut down. I don't like this. Is there SMT at the highs? No SMT there. I'll let this first 5 print. Now we've got SMT. I reckon we could go down lower to this fair value gap, the daily fair value gap. I'm not going to lie. But this is one of those ones where you're trading the reversal, and I don't always feel as confident trading the reversal. Let's see if we hold the SMT. Okay, or maybe not. Maybe we are just going to keep going higher. Yeah, that was taking that high. Have we got anything that I can take? 4 hour internal to external. That's an 8 AM SMT. I don't want that. That's probably an 8 AM news event. Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Right, so the Dow has obviously come back here. What have we even got to target? I guess you're just going to target this. And you've also got this volume imbalance here. Let's see if the Dow provides once we get a candle closure above this level here. That would also be an inverse. Right, I'm not interested anymore. It's now lunchtime. I don't care what happens. But I do want to see. Yeah, we just consolidated. See, this is the reason kill zones are so important. You'd have been chucking this consolidation. I would be happy. Oh, what did I do? I would be happy if we get one more win this month. This would be a very good month if we do. It's just, my problem is now we're in a new phase of price. As you can see, we've had expansion. Now we're in consolidation. What's the time? Okay. Yeah, so you see how we're in consolidation now? I think we're going to go to the range low. So I would view this as the range high, range low would be that. That's what my understanding would be. Could be wrong, could be right. I'm just viewing it as a new phase of price, the way we're moving. 4 hour. Yeah, it's kind of not very clear. We could be retracing to the 4 hour. I don't really know. Manipulation at open will tell me. No manipulation. We understand me. Holy. Right, let's let this 5 minute candle print. I don't know what this is. We've obviously got the SMT, but I can wait on the 1 hour and see when we get a reaction. Like now, we may be forming a reaction like now. There'll be an order block. Just like this. Yeah, you see? Told you. So this is our order block. Do I want to take that straight away? No way. No way. I would wait for this. Off this inverse, if we get a candle closure below. Second stage SMT. Right. I've forgotten about a little Dow. My bad, Dow. Nothing I can take anywhere on the Dow. So yeah, the only thing I can actually take an entry on is NQ off this OB here. But as always, I would rather take it off of this. It's also a BPR, right? We've got a fair value gap there. Let's see what we get. If we just keep going a little higher, then the draw is going to be invalidated. All right, there's lunchtime. Next day. Best hope, whenever lunchtime comes around, I don't care what price can do. Only time I care about price is when I'm in a trade and obviously my kill zone. That's it. I still think it's a bit fishy that we haven't retraced into this fair value gap. I'm not going to lie, on any of the assets. But do have SMT here now. See, this is where this is like what it's like trading consolidating markets. It's always going to be SMT somewhere on both sides of the range. I kind of like this 4 hour fair value gap. But see if it's. I want this to support price. If it fails, then we're going to be going lower. That's my plan. Some trash music coming on. There you go. Let's get that playlist on. So what do I see? SMT. First thing you want to look for. 5 minute. What does the 5 minute tell us? Oh god, that is revolting. So that would have been an order block. That is revolting. I would never ever take that just like that. So you'd have just became liquidity, technically speaking. 1 hour fair value gap. So what I'm basically framing is a 4 hour open low, high close candle, right? For the 10 a.m. open. I like these relative equal highs. The Dow is pumping. I may do this, this is what I'm thinking here. Like that. At those highs, right? This is my plan. This is my brilliant plan. All right, buy that. Okay. And also gonna buy the Dow. And it should all even out. This could be risky, but I just thought I'd send it because I'm bored. Oh my god. Did it give an entry? No way it gave an entry. My limit was too low down. Order block. No, I don't care. I'm going back. I actually don't care. Nah, I don't care what anyone says. That is disgusting. So look, this is what I wanted. This is an order block. This short-term low. This is a down close candle. Limit order is meant to be like, why can't I move it? Limit order is meant to be on the body, right? That's the order block. Order block. Alright, we'll move that like that. Right, what do we have going on? I'm going break even on all assets. This is like something I do on evals a lot, where I take both, and I take one on funded and one on evals. So you're out break even, and you get TP on the Dow. Let's see if we do end up going to TP. Oh my days, that delivery is dreadful. Holy. So that was just putting the candle at the body low off that order block. But yeah, I don't care what anyone says. I would have taken that order block any day of the week. It gave an entry to the tick. Where is 2R? Did 2R get hit? 2R even got hit. Sweet. That's good. That fills me with reassurance. You see these like kind of V shapes? These are the ones that best work into a key level with SMT, and then you have a V shape like that. I'm probably gonna end the backtest there. I'm not gonna lie. 25th. This is Friday. Yeah, it's already not very clear for me. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, unless maybe the Dow plays catch up. Anything I take now, I'm not too keen on. So we can pay attention though to what price does. I've taken so many wins. Like, I'm chilling. No SMT. I keep sitting on the 4 hour. I think it's the 4 hour. I keep sitting on the 4 hour. I think it's the 1 hour. Right. Wait for reaction. It's literally. I'm gonna get that tattooed on me actually. Wait for the reaction. Sounds a bit weird actually. A bit cringe. Right. I just feel like we might want to come down lower into the range. You've got this order block here. Let me see if it gives an entry, and I'll go from there. Oh. Why is it going so fast anyway, price? I put it on the M1. It'll be, I mean... What does the 15-minute tell me? Let's see if the 15-minute gives an entry. I'm watching that 15-minute OB, yeah, right now. Holy, what reversal. Just me. Let's see where price ends up. That is a huge reversal. Have we got second stage? Oh, we do. That enticed me more, that will. Now it's tempting me. Have we got inverse? Oh, we do have an inverse. You saucy little fucker. You saucy little fucker. ES. Right, I'm going to take this. Low risk. I just, We had the second stage. I want to see it go higher to this high. I think Dow should hopefully drag ES up higher. We just need to get through this inverse. What does the 4-hour tell me? Internal to external, but we've already completed the external. So there's our inverse like this, right? I'd probably go something like that. I'm going to set it on the limit. Yeah, I'm going break even. 2 hours there. I think we're going to get stopped. Oh, maybe not. Jeez. That was very, like, that was the second stage. That second stage, I viewed it as a protected low. Right, we'll go to the next day. Yeah, you know what? I can't be asked to do anymore. I don't care what price it does. I just want to skip to them. I just want to go. I probably would not take any more trades now. So let's go and have a look at the results. Right, so win rate is 72, a bit worse than last month's, but still pretty decent. How many trades did we take in the end? 12. That's a lot. That's a lot of trades. I don't normally take that much. No, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, let's look into the analytics. So we had a break even. There was a couple break evens. Why is it only showing up as one? That's a bit weird. So what? I think a couple of these wins were break evens. I'm not gonna lie. Like this one here, look, $4. That was meant to be a break even. But yeah, I mean, I was obviously going between 1% and 0.5%, and obviously 0.25%. So the P&L would change a lot. But it was more to show. We can check the reports as well. We can check the risk. Once again, most profitable is 2R to 2.9, right? We can go symbols. What's our best symbol? YM's my best. No way. We can go to time. 10 a.m. is still the best. Nothing is ever dethroned 10 a.m. But yeah. Once again, guys, if you enjoyed this backtest and you want to see March, where was it? Be March? What is this? January, February, March, April. Once again, if you enjoyed this backtest, then subscribe and like, and comment down below which month you're most excited to see. We're doing 2022 so far. Right, let me go like that. Once again, guys, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this, just please like, share and subscribe, and then comment down below what you enjoyed about it. Is it just easier to understand, and you can see how I navigate through price? Next video upload will be April, so I'm going to try and get a full series of 1 year data backtesting my model, right? But yeah, once again, guys, I hope you enjoy, and I hope you all learn something. Take it easy.